What's up, YouTube? It's China the Old Soul, and I'm here with
K.S. aka Young Sliz. No, I'm playing. Katia Star, aka Star. So,
and today we have a juicy topic. So stay tuned right after this intro. Okay, so Katia, it's crazy. It's been crazy from 2020 to 2021.
yes.
And this topic, I just feel like it shouldn't have happened. Like, how do you mess up something like this?
Right.
So, to let you at home know, recently somebody went to go view one of their family members' bodies. And at the viewing, they go to the casket. And it's not their family member. They have the clothes on that they bought for the family member, but it's not their family member. Then they ask the funeral people about it, and they're trying to convince them that
No, that's the right body. Trust me.
Literally. And then they finally got to them and let them know, no, this is not. And their family member's body is in a whole nother room. They were able to switch the body, but that shouldn't have happened. How do you feel about that?
I feel like someone needs to get punched in the throat. Like, it's at the funeral, of course. I don't know, it's disheartening, and you're already in a vulnerable state.
Yeah.
Like, you're memorializing or remembering a family member that just passed, or, a friend or whatever. And then to get there is not theirs. That's already a traumatic experience. And then for someone to tell you, no, trust me. It's not like you've known them all your life.
That's crazy.
Trust me. This is them. And I read the article because at first I thought it was like a slightly different situation, but even the outfit, the body that was on the body, it was reported that the person who was in the outfit was so small, like it didn't even fit the outfit. So that should have been an indicator, like, maybe we got the wrong guy in here. But that wasn't the case. Yeah, I would have been upset. I don't know how I would have reacted, but I'm already not thinking rationally. I'll be assuming because, again, I'm already in this emotional, vulnerable state. And then on top of that, to tell me, oh no, you're the crazy one. This is the body. Yeah, we'd have had problems.
That's beyond disrespectful. But I'm glad that it wasn't at the funeral, because if it was at the funeral, that just would have been crazy.
You would have no excuse because you had the viewing, and viewing usually lasts for like between 1 to 3 days. Mm-hmm. So you had Thursday, Friday, Saturday for people to come in and out and say, yep, that's them, just to come on Sunday and be like, we think we're going to switch it up, chop and screw it on Sunday this time. And it's like, there's I know mistakes happen, so it's easier to said than done to say, like, oh, accidents, there's no excuse. And especially with COVID, I know a lot of systems are overwhelmed with patients or bodies or whatever, unfortunately. But there's still some responsibility, a lot of responsibility in that, especially to not validate the families in their feelings and what they're seeing with their eyes, and to say, no, just totally disregard them, like, no, you're crazy. That's the body.
That's crazy. And my thing is, if this my mama or my cousin or my auntie or my uncle, how you gonna tell me who they are? Like, clearly I know them.
Yeah. But no, you're crazy. Trust me, we've handled the body for all of 3 days versus your lifetime.
Just disregard it.
Yeah.
But I just don't understand. It has to be somebody that works there that's been there for years. It has to be. And maybe it was a new person, but then if you're a new person, that just make you look terrible. Like, at that point, you just need to get the boot. So how do you feel they should have handled the situation? I didn't read more into it. I'm not sure if the person got fired or they let it go, but what would you do as a boss?
As the boss, I would apologize to the family first and foremost, because the bottom line incident shouldn't have happened. On top of the customer service that was given to the families, especially you, I would assume you working at the funeral home, whether you're the pallbearer or whatever your role is, a part of that training, and I might be wrong, but I'm assuming part of that training is how to comfort and approach the family. That's why at the service you have them, sometimes
the people that say the like nice words and stuff. I don't know what it's called, but it's kind of like words of encouragement, not to feel down and stuff, even though you're gonna feel
right.
down,
So I would assume this is some type of training involved to say this is how you handle the families coping or grieving and etc. So for homeboy or homegirl just to be flat out, nah, that's the right person. It's like all of that training was out the window, and it probably was fear, but that's when you need to be most transparent, not to try to hide things, because when you try to hide things, that makes things look all the more worse. And things will come out and come to light at the end of the day.
Yeah, because in that business, well, right now the funeral business is making, I don't even know, a lot of money because COVID and different stuff like that. So even thinking about that, this is a time where I know people trying to not necessarily rush, but just do what they gotta do. But I feel like you still gotta keep it together. You can't just do anything and throw anything together.
Right. And again, accidents do happen, but that's when you be straight up. That's when you be straight up. Don't tell me that's not done.
Yeah, just own up to it. And at least the family kind of handled it, they handled it classy. Because honestly, they could have went off and been like, who is this? Who is this? And they could have been fighting and everything, which would have been crazy. That would have been crazy if they just started going crazy and just beating up people and saying, where's my...
Yeah.
I mean, it kind of would have been low-key funny, entertainment-wise.
Nothing about this is funny.
Entertainment-wise, if they started fighting and stuff, but in reality... It's very sad, and losing somebody it hurts.
Yeah.
And then for that to happen to them, I just feel bad. But hopefully that family feels better. They were able to, get the situation fixed. And speaking on funeral homes, tell them about the truck. The fake truck that I thought was real.
So yeah, I thought it was real too. Just going back on, the COVID, and because of COVID, how the hospitals are packed. I'm sure the funeral homes and cemeteries or wherever that industry is packed because of the high mortality rates. So there's this truck, and it was a fake funeral home, but that was part of the advertisement. But it's supposed to look like a funeral home is promoting to not get vaccinated. Well, now I say that to say whether you do or don't, that's your choice. Just make sure you do. Make an informed choice and be safe about whatever you choose to do. But I thought that was interesting that that kind of brings to like an aha, or wait, hold up moment, because
it's mixed emotions.
Me not knowing that it was fake. If I would have saw that, that would stop me in my tracks. What do you feel about it?
Yeah, I feel like it's crazy because like we said earlier, COVID is running rapid, and if you lost your family member to COVID and you see that, and if that was real, they'll probably be real deal mad. Like, what you trying to say? Like, I literally just lost this person and you telling me not to get vaccinated. They were, it's just a whole bunch. For me, if it was me and I saw this, let's say if it was in my hometown, I would have been looking 3 times. I would have said, is this real? This gotta be a joke, because it's you got people that can take a joke like that, they be like, whatever. And then you got people that will real deal get mad and be like, that's not okay, because people dying and stuff like that. So I feel like it's just one of those jokes, that you gotta either take it or leave it.
I feel like it'll be like a easy hit or miss, but then as someone who unfortunately recently did lose someone due to COVID, and even from the jump of the pandemic, having family of family or a family of friends who at least every other month either passing or getting sick with COVID, contracting COVID, myself included at the beginning of the year. although I have a dark humor, but I get it. Like, again, make your own choices, make informed choices. But I get it, and I'm not gonna say low key. This is probably the feeling of the homes, but I remember some years back, an old friend let me know if he was to go into any business, it would be the mortuary business, because it never goes out of business.
That's true.
And unfortunately, and I think the bigger picture is, I don't think the picture isn't, the idea was to make light of what's going on, because it's a very serious conversation situation. But I think the point was to take this serious. This is the reality. Like, you are making these people money by not taking the necessary precautions for yourself or your family. I think the scarier thing about me getting COVID wasn't as much as what would happen to me. Like, I want to live, but not as much as what happened to me, but all the people I encountered that day that I loved, that if they hadn't gotten their vaccine or whatever the circumstance was, the risk I put them in. That's a scary feeling.
And that's what people need to remember.
Yeah, so I get it. It might be because of my dark humor, it might be because I'm seeing the bigger picture, being part of the community, but also being in public health. I get it.
Yeah,
so.
it's just like I said earlier, one of those jokes you got to take and leave, because honestly, comedians be talking about stuff like that we kind of feel is like really out of pocket, and we might still laugh because they make it funny. So it's just one of these times where I feel like kind of like not laugh at my pain, but something similar to that, you know. So with that, it's just a whole lot of.
Yeah, and I think the what could make it funny, or the comedic part of it, is the audacity. Yeah, like really, wow, that's how you feel? Like, you just gonna put it on the truck like that? Like,
and to lighten up the mood a little bit, I'm gonna insert the video. So I believe it was 2019, and they tried to do something different, which is nice. You know, funerals, you don't want it to be sad. You kind of want to celebrate the life, and maybe laugh and smile a little bit, think about the good times. But they were doing a little dance, with the cat.
Oh yeah, the pallbearers dance.
Yes, I'm trying not to laugh because it's not funny to the family. But they were, trying to do a little dance, and then they end up dropping the casket. I'm gonna insert the video in. But that, how do you feel about that? Like, I don't know. Like, I feel like for me, I'm a goofy person. So I kind of, if that was my family member, I kind of would have laughed a little bit, but then I would have been mad too.
I would have been traumatized. Like, again, accidents happen, but that's a different type of accident where I don't think I would necessarily be mad at the pallbearers or the home as I would with the first topic we discussed. But trauma is trauma. Like, that's not something I would have wanted to see, and then it's not something I'm expecting. Especially, again, you're there celebrating the life of this past loved one. Yeah, and that's the point of the pallbearers dance. There's even a meme about, I don't know if it's the same, I doubt it's the same crew, but there's even a meme about the pallbearers that do the dance and everything. And it's a cool, catchy dance, and
but you gotta be careful.
Yeah, but with anything you gotta be careful. Anything where, you just gotta be careful. Even when just like regular day-to-day stuff, sometimes, especially if you're comfortable in your craft, or comfortable in your whatever you do, sometimes you don't think about, okay, I've done this a million times, 1,000 times, so I don't got to worry too much about if XYZ happened because I already know what to do. True. And sometimes it's that one slip up, and it's a very unfortunate slip up. Yeah. Yeah, that was like a...
Yeah, I mean, it definitely is traumatizing, but goofy people like me, I mean, I be laughing at stuff. That's not supposed to be funny, but it's just like a goofy bone, I gotta work on it, because I don't want to be in a serious place and then I'm laughing and everybody's looking at me like, All right. That's
Something
not
like that
funny.
happened to me before.
Really?
But it was because of I think it was partly because of nerves.
That's what it is.
In middle school, one of my teachers, it was in band, the teacher was going off on this one kid, did something in band. He went off on this one kid, and because it was like, you didn't expect this from this teacher. You wanted to laugh because it was just like that shock. It was that nervous laugh. So I'm trying to hold it in. One of the other kids couldn't hold it in.
And they just...
Oh, you think it's funny? I'm like, no.
Oh my goodness.
Yeah.
That is crazy.
And I'm probably mixing up stories too. That probably didn't even happen to me, but that's what I recall. I'm getting to that age where I'm just... That sounds like something that would have happened to me, but I think that happened in real life.
On that note, we are going to go to commercial break, and you're going to see wonderful Black businesses. Please do what you got to do. Support them. And we want to know, how would you feel if the situation we talked about in the beginning happened to you and your family? Let us know in the comments.
And we're back. So now we're going to talk about grief. We did discuss a lot of a couple of events where you're involving grieving families. What is some advice you would give for someone who's grieving? Do you have any personal experience?
I have so many personal experiences. I feel like death happens a lot. Like for me, especially in college, I had like freshman year, I lost my aunt. Sophomore year or junior year, I can't even remember, that's bad, forgive me, but basically it felt like every year I lost somebody, and it's very hard because it's like you don't want to think about it. For me, I would just go to the TV studio, go to the radio station, and just work until one day I just broke down. And I feel like that's just not what you're supposed to do. My advice would be talk to somebody. Don't try to act like you Superwoman or Superman. Like, if you have to talk, just talk, because you don't want to be in the middle of nowhere screaming, because then people are going to be like, what's wrong with you? And then you're not going to realize, well, dang, I held all this inside, and now I'm in the middle of Walmart yelling.
Not Walmart.
You never know. You're yelling, and then
man,
like,
this is a Wendy's.
Yeah, literally. And then you're just like, what's going on? And then that might be the time that you finally realize, dang, I need to talk to somebody. So I would definitely say, talk to somebody you trust, because you do not want to explode. It's very hard. I mean, some of my family members died probably like 2 years ago, and it still feels like yesterday. I would just say, think of the good times, because you don't want to be crying all day. And I'm pretty sure they would want you to be happy. Yes, they went on and they died, but you can't die with them. You got to live your life. You can even honor them in different ways. Like, just think of the good times and keep it going. And it takes a while. Like, every year, like, I lost my aunt, like I said. When that year come around, her birthday comes around, or the day that she passed away, it's still like, dang, like, is this real? Sometimes it don't feel real, but you just gotta keep pushing. Because I know my auntie won't want me crying all day. She'll be like, okay, Amanda, do what you... Well, now you know my name. She'll be like, okay, Amanda, do what you gotta do.
Your name isn't China?
China the old soul, radio personality, but that was just a real moment. Like, she would have told me, keep it going, I'm very proud of you, and that's what you got to do. Like, you can't die with somebody, because then it's like you're not going to be living, you're going to be existing. And
emotionally, and to some extent, literally, it could kill you. That was the heartbreak syndrome.
Yeah.
So some advice that I would give about how to get over grief, you don't.
Yeah.
Take that time to grieve. Just like you said, you don't want to explode. You also don't want to implode, because that's the thing too. But you want to take that time to process what's going on, to take that time for yourself. That's part of your mental well-being. That also impacts your physical and your spiritual well-being, your emotional. And your social, how you interact with others, because you, like she said, you don't want to lash out or take that out on someone else. You don't want to end up isolating yourself either. You know, take that time for yourself, but don't let the grief consume you. You still is, you know, outside of my grandmother recently passing, the earliest accounts that I can recall for grieving someone who had passed is in high school. One of my close friends used to come to my house. After school, I would go straight to my grandmother's house. I don't know how this boy would not only beat me to my own grandmother's house, but already started making the sausages. So now we're all the sausages.
That's family at that point.
Because he's already started cooking it. It smells good, but you ate it all.
Wow.
So, but like she said, that's the only family can do that. But that's how close we were. So during a spring break, one of my other friends called and let me know he passed. Oh. And then I think it was Palm Sunday too.
Wow.
That I found out. Yeah. So where, I think that was where Jesus was supposed to be like mourning on the donkey. I was like in real life mourning, and they're like, "Wow, she's a great actor." No, I'm crying. So
they thought she was acting. It was for real.
Wow, we need to use her again. Nah. And so, but it was like being that young, especially, and I'm glad I had one of my mentors, well, family there as well, but one of my mentors, who's also my pastor at that time, who let me know, you know, take this time to grieve, to process it. It's okay to cry. And even here's what's almost like 16 years later, and with the recent passing of my grandmother, he had to, you know, tell me the same thing. Like, don't try to be strong. Don't try to be like the bigger person and try to be, you know, whatever. No, grieve, cry, do what you need to do. If you need to cuss me out, I said, I'll do that anyway. But
wow.
But he laughed. We talked like that, so he laughed. But it's important to take that time to process it, because even still trying to figure out how to process it, you know, I still hold resentments from some of the people that were involved in his drowning. I don't know them personally, but you know, the institution that he was part of at that time that tried to lie or ignore some of the details of what contributed to his passing. Some of the
it was in college. No, you said in high school. High school.
Yeah, and it was with another group with a different institution, and it was like a boating trip and everything.
Oh, it was a trip?
Yeah, and then he actually asked me if I wanted to go. I was like,
that hits different.
Yeah,
too.
so it was, and the messed up part too is going slightly adjacent topic, but don't hold on to grudges. Don't, you know, especially with someone you love, you know, you're gonna be mad at folk. That's normal, that's life. But if you really love them, you know, you work through it, because just that week before we fell out. I remember we fell out on the bus about a situation about
it was something petty.
It was something petty. It was something personal to both of us, but the topic at hand, hindsight, it was really petty, and I think we just got really passionate, or maybe I just got really passionate about something real stupid, about the way he responded, about the way I responded. But we're sitting there. You could tell we want to talk to each other. We keep giving each other that look. But, you know, we're against it, he against us. So we're not going to say nothing. And the last day of school before we went on to break, we were sitting waiting for the metro rail. I had some leftover Wingstop, and that's when, like, Wingstop is still pretty good, but that's when Wingstop was hitting. So, can I cuss on this? Can I say the A word? I'm a fatty. I was slim and trim, but I was a fatty. He's slim and trim, but he was a fatty too. And can I say that?
Go ahead, turn on.
So I know. Okay, I know we can make. I still ain't want to talk to him. I ain't gonna apologize because I ain't no sucker. I ain't do nothing, whatever. But I still got these couple of wings left. I could easily ate them.
I just want to put that out there.
I easily ate them wings. I was like, I got some leftover wing stuff. You want some? He looking at me. I'll take it. But that's how we made up.
I'm sorry, but
both of us are greedy.
I'm gonna call the Virgos out right now.
Both of us are very greedy.
No, this how Virgos do people for real. Listen, my best friend is a Virgo. Like, literally, their apology is, you'll sit down with them, they'll be mad. Oh, you want to watch this? Oh, you want to...
Oh, I can apologize. Yes. If I'm wrong, I'll be like, oh, my bad. But that was like a different situation. It was like...
The pettiness is when they be petty.
But what better apology than food?
That's true, though.
Like, just give me some crab legs. We good. We good to go. We vibing. So I got a lot of good opportunities from food. I got a job because I was so greedy.
Yeah, so, but I love Virgos though. Don't get mad at me. My grandma's a Virgo. Shout out to her. So I love y'all. Y'all know how y'all are. Y'all know how y'all are.
Yeah, but because we're right.
That's exactly
what is there to apologize for if you did nothing wrong? If you're always right, what are you apologizing for? In cases that I am wrong, I apologize. But how often am I wrong?
Okay. On that note, we really hope that you take the advice, and please don't let it get to you, because it got to me and I can relate to that. So just take your time, think about the good moments. If you gotta cry for hours, cry for hours. If you gotta call your friend and say, hey friend, I'm sad, call your friend. Just make sure it's not a fake friend, because a fake friend gonna do you dirty. Make sure it's somebody you trust, and just keep pushing, have fun, live for them. Don't die with them.
And the sting will lessen over time. I mean, you're still gonna, hurt for that loss, but the sting will definitely lessen over time. But don't deny grieving.
Don't do it. It's not worth it. You're just gonna be, like I said earlier, in Walmart screaming for no reason.
Right. Because what is grief but love persevering?
Ooh, I like that. That should have been the poetry moment.
Yeah, that was from that's what Vision told Wanda in WandaVision. Scarlet Witch.
Oh, okay.
That was powerful though still.
It was.
If you know, you know.
On that note, we're going to another commercial break, and when we come back, we're gonna lighten up the mood. We're gonna have fun. We're gonna talk about college, my freshman year versus her freshman year. Hopefully y'all pick my freshman year, because I feel like it was lit, but then again, y'all might like her freshman year, so just stay tuned.
I had a lit freshman year.
My name is Joshua Cox, and I am the founder and CEO of Sporcasso LLC. And Sporcasso simply gives athletes, star and underrated, former and current, the opportunity to share their story. We believe that every athlete, no matter what age and on what level you are on, we believe that they all have a story to share that can be used for God's glory. And we just want to give them the opportunity to share that story and inspire the next generation of athletes. So that's what Sporcasso is all about.
And we are back, and we got a special Verzuz. I'm going to say my year first in college. 2017 to 2018. If you was there, you know that year was lit. Let them know.
2007 to 2008. I'm old.
Why you gotta say it like that, though?
Because I am.
You gonna make the older people get on you. Like my mama, she gonna be like, so what you trying to say?
No, my check knee light keeps coming on. I'm done in a
check. Okay, so getting into it. So my freshman year, I don't know about you, but me, I really had fun. I mean, it was a lot. It was definitely a new experience. That transition from high school to college. I wouldn't say it was hard. Was it hard for you?
I don't think it was. I think the hardest thing about my experience was not necessarily that it was a predominantly white institution, but that it was a predominantly white institution in the middle of the KK capital of the state.
Oh, yeah.
That was the hardest. But besides that, even my experiences with those that I did encounter, regardless of race, ethnicity, background, or whatever, I had a fairly good experience. There was some pushback, but that's what any experience.
And I feel like that's life. And then, it's good to hear from her standpoint, because I went to HBCU, and HBCU, PWI, that's two different standpoints.
Right.
So it's good to hear from both. So that way, if you are interested in going to college, you can get the both.
Though, funny enough, we're sisters. Well, our schools were sister schools. Our sister schools, actually.
Yes. Let's let them know.
Funny enough.
Let's let them know where we went. I went to Bethune-Cookman University.
I went to Florida Southern College. How old am I? It was still called Bethune-Cookman College. I think my sophomore year or junior year, that's when it transitioned to Bethune-Cookman University. And I was like, hey.
Yeah, actually in 2007, we became a university. And then I heard like the class that graduated, I don't think their degree said university yet. Because, you know, when you just become, you got to go through adjusting. And shout out to Edward Waters College. They became a university recently.
Oh, cool.
Yeah, so, you know, people still going to call them Edward Waters College. Like with Bethune, people still say Bethune-Cookman College. But I say university because I graduated from Bethune-Cookman University.
Yeah.
Shout out to BCC, though. Shout out to all the classes that graduated from BCC. So we're going to get into this little verses. But like we said, we enjoyed our freshman year. I feel like my freshman year was just a lot. Because, you know, Drake, he had a lot going on. It was just a lot. But we're going to start with music. Because for the most part, I feel like everybody likes music. So we're going to go into the music category. So my freshman year, 2017 to 2018, fall 17, spring 2018. What was popping? I'm going to go with spring and... Well, let's start off with fall. So fall, what was popping was Wild Thoughts by DJ Khaled, Rihanna, and I'm about to say Tory Lanez.
What's Tory Lanez even born yet? Like,
Bryson Tiller. So I liked the song at first. I feel like, you know, when it first come out, you're like, okay, you know, like, this is a good song. But then after a while, I started hating it because I worked for the radio station. And, you know, certain things with radio, you got to play certain songs. It's a whole bunch. So if you're in radio, you understand. So at that time, that was like the popping song. So I had to hear it like all the time, like pretty much every hour. So for me, I do not want to hear that song. If that song come on 99 Jams right now, I'm changing it because it's just like, oh my God. And then the worst part, right? If I don't change it, I'm singing the whole song and I'm aggravated because I know the words, right? Mm-hmm. So I'm aggravated and I'm singing the song. You ever had a song like that?
Yeah, I sing the whole song and
you don't even like it like that?
No.
It's just me. I can't be the only one. Comment down below if it's you too. So moving on to 2018, which was spring. It was In My Feelings by Drake. I love Drake, so I don't really... Well, I can say it's not a Drake song that I don't like. I feel like it's some Drake song that I'd be like, all right, Drake, chill. But I really liked In Your Feelings. You know, he had a little dance going on that went viral. You know, the Kiki, do you love me? I don't remember how to do it. But... That was really good at the time. I felt like I didn't get tired of that song. They played it a lot. At the parties, on the radio. I didn't get tired of that. But for some reason, Wildcard, sorry. But I got tired of that. So what's some music?
Okay. I wasn't as sophisticated in my research. I just know I was in college between 2007 and 2008. For my freshman year. I'm not even sure these songs were out by my freshman year. Probably was like my senior year in high school, 2007. I'm gonna read the list anyway. Chris Brown, Lovey Dovey Kiss.
Not you turn the light.
No. So my freshman year, 2007, 2008, the songs that were out, I think it came out during my freshman year. It could have been my senior year of high school. But Chris Brown, Kiss Kiss. Alicia Keys, No One. Lloyd, Get It Shawty. And you have to say shouty, not shorty.
I can't say that for nothing. The Atlanta people know how to say it though.
Yeah, shouty. T-Pain, Bartender.
I'm dead.
Flow Rider. Low.
Low is... I like Low, but it get aggy sometimes.
We had to make a... when I was working at a camp, interning with a camp, we had to make some camp songs so the kids stop singing like the real songs.
That's cool though.
Yeah, so the name of the camp was Riverside Retreat. So it was like a Riverside Retreat, every day is church, chilling with the campers and camp counselors. We praise the Lord. We praise the Lord and stuff the devil lower.
Oh, y'all followed the star. Y'all should have come.
Gray camp shirts. Crocs with the straps.
Okay,
with the straps. Yeah, it was lit. So, Lil Wayne and Millie and Snoop Sensual Seduction.
Yeah, that's a bop. I still play that.
Yeah.
A Millie, I still don't know what Wayne's saying.
Millie.
I know he's saying on that part. I don't know he rapping. I'm not gonna lie.
But it was still right. It's one of
we loved it.
Yeah.
And remember the album cover? He had like the baby version of him with the tattoos.
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
Did he get that from a Biggie cover? The concept?
I don't think Biggie had tattoos on the baby, but it's possible.
I thought he had. I thought he had a. Why am I?
Amanda. That's like OTA.
Oh, that's your
Shout
name.
out. My daughter know how to spell her name. Write her name.
Period.
Don't say shit out.
Oh.
What?
Got him!
So, like we said, we're talking about our freshman years versus in college, the 07 to the 08, the 2017 to 2018, and we're gonna go into fashion. Fashion, I'm not gonna lie, fashion has its ups and downs to me because over the years, especially in the 2000s, you know, if you look at old pictures, you're like, no. But I like the 90s. I feel like the 90s.
Oh yeah, the 90s is timeless.
Through. But now, 2017, 2018, this is what was popular. Boyfriend jeans, you know, like the big baggy jeans with the holes in them. And then every 90 fit. It's like during that time, they was bringing everything back. I would say like the 60s styles, but I feel like that was more towards my sophomore year. Like, you know, the big colorful stuff, the flare stuff. Yeah, they're bringing back a lot of stuff. But freshman year, it was definitely the boyfriend jeans, the little 90s crop tops, 90s dresses. Mm-hmm. Like, that was what was popular. Everybody on campus had it. How about yours?
So, ours had the sweater dresses, where it's just like, literally how it sounds. It's just a dress made out of typical sweater material. No, it was actually pretty comfortable and it was cute. Back in the day, it was cute. Or have like the outfits where it had like the V, but you wear like the t-shirt or the T-blouse underneath, and it's like two like complementary colors. What else? The high belts.
I remember that.
Yeah, I still got some. I was thinking about
Keep it, please.
Children are...
Wait, my daughter.
Paint.
Yes, we'll paint in a few. Oh, my daughter's also an artist.
Oh.
So
starting young.
Oh yeah, she nice as far as when it comes to the talent. Oh, so with that said, the maxi dresses. Whether it's with like the spaghetti strap, the tank top, the tube, the halter, yeah, any of it. But as long as it gets long and flares out, it doesn't even have to flare out. That was the style. But the spaghetti strap tank tops was in. With the dudes, you can't go to the club with club attire. You have to go to the club with a 3-piece suit.
That's too much.
Like that little Justin Timberlake type look. So, or what's it, Neo type look. That was what was it.
Okay. So this is the real question for both of us. We both can answer. Okay. Would you wear stuff from your freshman year now? I'm going to say yes because I love 90s stuff. I have a lot of big jeans and stuff. Not every day, but you know, every now and then I will wear it. What about you?
Mommy?
No, because I can't fit them. They're still in my closet. I'm praying and wishing. But on all seriousness, yeah, there's like a couple of outfits that are pretty dated, but other than that, I like my style. And it's a style that some of the outfits are pretty timeless. Other outfits coming back, so I'm glad they're still in my closet.
Yeah.
So once I get myself right, yeah.
A lot of stuff are coming back. So now let's go into like entertainment wise. Like what was big? I'm gonna do movies.
Okay.
So don't get on me, black people. I'm probably the only black person that didn't see Black Panther. But
you still haven't seen Black Panther?
Yeah.
But Disney Plus.
Just let me be great. So that's what came out during that time. It was Black Panther, and then The Hate You Give. I did not see The Hate You Give till a year later, but it's a really good movie. That was what was really popping. But I feel like Black Panther kind of took the shine off of that movie. I ain't gonna lie.
No, I think both of it had its own shine, and I think it complemented the idea of like that black excellence and black portrayal, positive and strong black portrayal in cinema. So I don't think it took each other shine. I think it, but my year, that's when like the kickoff of like the MCU started. I mean, you still had like Marvel movies. Like I think the 2007 we had Spider-Man 3, which is like I think Sony side. Yeah, Ghost Rider. We had a couple of other movies. Juno. I didn't see Juno, but I like the idea of Juno. I probably shouldn't say that if I didn't see the movie. And Halloween. But 2008, that's when I think Iron Man. I'm sorry, my daughter's using me as a racetrack right now.
It's all good. We love the kids. Just like Trick love the kids. We love the kids.
And yeah, that's when the MCU really like kicked off with Iron Man. And then like any other movie that came out, it was just like a crew of us always at the theater.
Yeah, I feel like that was fun. That's what my friends did in college as well. We didn't go a lot, but when we did, it was a good time.
Yeah.
So I say movies is really good.
Yeah.
So this is the last little item that we're gonna talk about. What phone was popular back then?
What phone?
I already got mine. The iPhone 8 had came out.
I don't know. I think I was still pressing buttons.
Probably a Sidekick, right? Because it was like 2007.
Was it Sidekick?
The one that slid up, you know.
I don't remember using Sidekicks, and maybe it was.
Yeah, because I remember when I first got one, I was like the coolest kid on the block.
Yeah. Okay. So it might have been. I just stuck with my regular phone.
You had the Razor, or you had? I think I remember.
Razors. Was it Razors?
No. That was a little bit earlier. But then wasn't it like that? You know what I'm talking about, the little black phone that you had to press the buttons.
Blackberries?
No, it was like this. I'm gonna find a picture, but you had to press 1,000 buttons just to text. You had to keep clicking the button.
I thought that was a Blackberry. Well, I'm gonna find out. It'll be in the recording or something.
Yeah.
But that's a meta. But yeah, I think that's it. What I do remember is my phone was purple.
That's lit. I had a purple phone at once too.
Hey.
That's my favorite color, by the way. Shout out to the people. That's your favorite color is purple. We love it here. So now that you heard about our college freshman years versus, I hope you picked the best year, whichever one you think. If you think it's the 2007, 2008, okay. If you think it's 2017, 2018,
let us know in the chat.
Let us know. So now we're gonna do.
Mommy.
Wow.
Oh, you.
So now we're gonna go into a little segment / game. It's this or that, college edition, and we're both gonna answer whether we prefer this or that. So the first thing on my list is kickbacks or parties. I'm gonna say kickbacks because I feel like the parties be so packed, and the kickbacks, you could chill, relax. It's a few, not like 2 people, but like at least 10 people. But the parties, it'd be like 30, 40 people, and it just be crazy.
So I'm gonna agree and say kickbacks, especially when it's just the crew.
Yeah.
But what I appreciate with kickbacks is that it could go 2 ways. It can, just stay a kickback and just watch movies or whatever, or the kickback end up turning to a party. Get enough people. Somebody buy some wings, somebody buy some drinks.
You might even
non-alcoholic, because it's a dry campus.
Period.
And it just ended up turning into a party. Somebody started DJing, we turn.
Yep.
And that's it.
So now going to the academia side, studying with the group or individually. I feel like it depends. But I'm going to say individually because depending on who's in your study group, some people not going to take that time serious. And if I'm studying for real and I'm trying to get my test right, then I need to be by myself because you're not going to be playing and I got something else to do.
Yeah. Not everybody has the same study style of study. Yes? Okay, give me a moment, okay? Go ask Uncle Chris. He loves the kids. So, of course I really love my daughter. Let's see. But, yeah, not everyone everyone doesn't have the same study style.
Yeah.
And I don't, in one sense, I don't mind studying groups, but and bouncing off ideas and concepts does help. But I do need to have time to reflect by myself. I have notes the way I take my notes.
Yeah.
If I need help, I'll get tutoring, refer to, well, at that time I didn't have YouTube to really refer to, but talk to some folk here and there. But I like to study at certain times of day when everybody might not be available. So yeah.
Yeah, I can agree, but sometimes it is nice to have a study group.
Oh, yeah.
If you have the right people. Because if you have everybody that's focused, good note takers, that's cool. But if you got the people that just want to, look at your note.
And you got people that take wrong notes, you don't want to study their notes. Because
So my advice is just learn it, ask your professor, get it right, take your own notes. And if you find a good study partner, study.
Yeah, do what works for you, because you might be that person.
And if you're that person, I don't know what to tell you.
But yeah, we'll do what works.
So still on the scholarship, very much scholarship. Writing notes or typing notes? It's hard for me because I was so used to writing notes, but then when I started bringing my iPad and my laptop, I would type notes. But honestly, I say typing because my hands be hurting if I write a certain amount. It's not like back then, like elementary, middle school, high school, I was used to it. But now when I write a lot, it be hurting. But when I type, I feel better.
I feel like typing limits you. Well, it limits me. I prefer to write because then I can, although I'm a fast typer or typist, I don't know.
Typist, no word.
I prefer to handwrite, and I could cross reference. I could scribble if I need to. Sometimes I find that I can focus more when I'm like doodling on a paper. If I'm actually just like, if I'm listening to you, I'm not listening. If you see me drawing a bunny or something or sketching something while I'm taking notes, I'm very actively listening. And yeah, I could cross-reference. When you're typing, it's hard to draw a line from point A to point B to say, oh, this has something to do with this, or this has something to do with this.
True.
Or make a doodle of the teacher while the teacher is talking. You can't do that while you're typing.
I don't encourage that, but
do it if it works. It helps you study.
But yeah, I feel like it depends too. Like if you want to draw a diagram and stuff, it really helps.
Yeah.
But I feel like if you just telling me something, this plus this and that is that, then I'm gonna type it and call it a day. So next up is the party side once again. Clubs or house parties? I don't know. Because I've been to both, but I feel like it was more house parties at the time than clubs. We had some, but everybody was getting a Airbnb or something like that. Well, they probably weren't called Airbnbs back then, but renting out a house, getting a hotel, stuff like that. So I don't know. It's hard.
Okay, since you went with, because I'm on the fence too, but since you went with clubs, since you went with house parties, I am going to go with clubs. That's the opportunity where everybody could dress up, show out. Not show out like act the fool, but like, come go out and dress in your best. Hang out with your peoples, hang out with your friends. And I think location has something to do with it too, because you're already in Daytona. You were already in the heart of wherever the party was going to be. I was in Lakeland where there's like one club, but besides that, it wasn't like a party central or like a real college town. Whereas if you went to Ybor City, which was like right next to Tampa, you had the clubs there. You had like the a lot more of the college students. And then the college students, and a more diverse crowd too. So you had, in my opinion, more diverse music as well. There's one club we went to in particular. The first floor is, more hip hop. The second floor,
I like stuff like that.
Yeah,
you get to choose. I like that.
The second floor might have been
Mommy,
just hip hop too,
broken.
or more like slow jams.
Mommy,
but the fifth floor, give me a moment.
it's broken.
Okay, because you broke it. But the rooftop was like the reggae. And
oh, that's fine.
Yeah.
That's fine. Okay, so this would tell if you was a party person or if you was, a little dorm person. So staying in the dorm or going out I feel like towards junior and senior year, even though COVID happened, I like to stay inside. And even a little bit of sophomore year, I like to stay inside. Mm-hmm. But going out is really fun, though, because you never know, especially if it's homecoming or if somebody's throwing a party or even if it's just an event on our quad. Like, I loved going out. But not too much. I feel like it's a balance for me. It has to be balanced out.
Yeah. I think... I agree. I agree. I think I was a homebody when I was in college. Me and my roommate both were homebodies, and it kind of worked. So it was like, it wasn't no peer pressure. Like, you want to go out? No. You? No. So we just chill. We'll be in the same spot like the whole weekend. Both of us just looking at the TV or playing video games or something. But when we did go out, it was fun to do. And sometimes what I appreciated is that though our crew did have our times where we all went out, all of us had our times where we all was homebodies. So if, for example, the boys was doing something like playing games in the main lobby, we about to get pizza, come through, we playing Call of Duty. I sucked at Call of Duty, but I want to join anyway. Because it's like that homebody, whatever. Or somebody come to somebody else dorm and just chill, not doing a whole bunch of nothing. The best time is when you're just not doing anything. So yeah, homebody.
Definitely. And now it's food. I'm not going to put BCU calf out there like that. But the calf or going out to eat. I'm going to say going out to eat. Because the calf at Bethune-Cookman be playing. When the alumni came, the food was bussin'. When they was not there, I wanted to cry. So I'm finna go with going out.
So I don't discriminate with food. But since you did go with going out, I'm going to say the calf. Because that's the time, again, where you're in between classes, in between work or the campus employment, whether you're on campus, off campus. That's the time where all your friends and people in the community, your friends, whether at the school or in the community, come together and just chill with each other. We had what was called like the table or the black table, because it was like only like this much of us. And that was whether it was like Black American, Black Caribbean, international. You didn't have to necessarily be black, whether it's just international, from Lakeland, whatever. But it was like, it was a time where it was like that family time at the table, and that was our time. Like, of course, we still ate out. But
there's nothing like the calf.
Yeah,
I can agree.
And then thankfully, what helped is that the food was actually, if my memory serves me correct, the food was actually good. Now, of course, when you had like the special folk come out, they did pull out like the works. But I don't recall ever having like an actual issue with the calf food. It was usually on point. There was some like big misses, like the like instead of having like the actual curry, like a saucy curry, they threw the curry on the baked chicken like a rub.
That's crazy.
So, and I think that was like the worst of it. Like everything else is usually good. You had like your special nights. Yeah.
I feel like I can relate to that. I feel like when it came to the calf, especially if you're a freshman, you don't have a car and stuff, you and your friends and the new people you meet, it's fun.
That part too, I ain't have a car.
You meet
I say that.
That's hilarious.
I'm sorry.
But you'll meet them, sit in the cab, have a good time. Like, we had TVs in the cab, joke around. And then, I don't know if this is at all HBCUs, but when somebody dropped the plate, people would clap.
Did we? I think so.
Y'all did that too? And that's HBCU? Okay, maybe it's a college thing. But it's just good moments. It's really fun. I mean, the food where I was not that good. But I would say, go, have fun, talk to your friends, make fun of the food while you're there.
Yeah. And it's funny, you thought it was an HBCU thing. Going to a PWI, I thought it was like a white boy thing. And I was like, yo, they lit. I'm like, I like this.
Not you saying it was lit. I was confused. I'm like, why are we clapping? And I was like, let me just clap because everybody clapping.
Be like, hey. And that was the thing. I was like, God, I hope somebody breaks something today.
No. That's hilarious. Okay, so the last question. What was like the most fun or the best moment / highlight in college for you?
I think anytime just hanging out with the crew, it's like all of us had our strong talents strong and unique talents. So the opportunities where we could support one another in our talents. Like we had a crew that would rap and do music. So going to their events, me and a couple of other folk painted and did art. So when we had the exhibitions and everything,
Mommy,
with that, yes.
I take paint.
Cool. You're painting with chalk.
Look.
You gonna show them?
Good,
Come on, show the people what you did. This is what she did. Y'all better clap in the comments. Say it look beautiful.
But the Multicultural Student Council, definitely. It really was what it was. Like of course it was mainly made up of the black students on campus or those in the black diaspora, but it was very inclusive. The advisor was amazing.
Mommy,
yes.
say what's your name?
Okay, the advisor was amazing. The upperclassmen when I was just coming in was amazing. Those who came under us was amazing. It's just like everything about it was cool. Of course, you had some situations as you do with any place and anything, but I really don't have no complaints about it. I think the Multicultural Student Council at the school was, and I can almost guarantee still is, the highlight of FSC. Whether they would recognize it or not, it is still the highlight. So big props to MSC.
That's lit.
Yeah.
I would have to say my major, mass communications, like being a part of the television studio and a radio station, because I actually got to interview an artist at the radio station. I got to meet an artist at the TV station. Well, not exactly. Let me not put VCU out there because they're going to get on me. But the artist did come to the radio station and I got to interview them. And then the TV studio, I was able to go out and interview another artist, actually recorded. So I just feel like that was the highlight, like meeting different people, getting to shoot like the game. Well, not, dang, they're gonna be like, well, not necessarily the games, but going to the games and, getting the B-roll and stuff.
Oh, because I thought first she was like, video shooting the gangsters. I was like, no, you gonna put their names out there?
No! I'm talking about at the tailgate. Like if it was homecoming and stuff, we'll film. And then they had other people inside to film the actual game. So it was just really good and fun. So everything in Mass Comm, shout out to Mass Comm. This is
That
Mass
sounds
Comm.
fun.
So it was really fun. That was my highlight, my major. And I felt like everybody knew that we ran the campus. Like without Mass Comm, you gotta have pictures, cameras, all that. Like we did that. That was the highlight of my college career. And we gotta do another video. We gotta do PWI versus HBCU. I'm gonna wear her college shirt and I'm gonna get her a VCU shirt.
Do I have that full of Southern?
Yeah.
I would still vote HBCU.
This is the person who kept making a guest
you got grease all over your mouth.
We love the kids and stay tuned. Make sure you share this video and we will be back.
What you doing?
Chai talk.
What are you doing?
Tell them see you later, Naya.
Say bye.
Bye.
See you later.
See you later.